Hey, fourth grade artists, this is Miss Lisa, and I'm going to show you our next project. This is our third project in a series of 4 projects for the quarter. So this is your third one, and it's going to be a collage. And what is a collage? A collage is an artwork where you create it with torn paper or cut paper. It could also be found objects. So I've got some stickies here. This little emblem is from a chocolate bar that Ms. Lucy, Ms. Bree's former teaching assistant, gave me. And then the rest are magazine images. Now, even the background is a piece of cardboard that I got in an art supply box last year, and I saved it back because it was a nice flat surface. And these are just tags from like scrapbooking stuff that was donated to this art department, and that's what I used to create mine. And mine is related to the hands, because this summer I had time to think about what I was grateful for. And so one of the things I'm grateful for is my hands, because that's what I use to do my artwork with. I knit with them, I talk with them. In dance, we use our hands quite a bit. And I'm just so grateful for the hands. And so this is a woman, could be me, not sure. They say every work is a self-portrait in the end. And here are some hands. And then this kind of represents a person or me that that is kind of shrunk down but trying to get out of the box. And I think that's related to the fact that I think sometimes when I'm staying home a lot and not getting out because of everything going on, that I feel super compacted in, and I just want to break out of that box. So that's what this is about. And I grew up kind of in the 70s, and then this is like a really 70s kind of pattern. And I just love color, right? And so that's what my collage is about. In your lesson plan, in that Word document, I have put a couple images, a couple of collage pieces by Romare Bearden. And Romare Bearden was an artist who was originally from North Carolina, like in the country, in the rural area, and he lived with his grandparents. And this kind of depicts that country or rural kind of feeling, you know, with the old time music. And you can see that these guys are wearing overalls, playing guitars, banjos. And Romare Bearden finally did move to New York when he was a young man. And part of this image kind of represents that urban feeling. So where we saw the blues and the yellows of the rural or country area, this is more shades of brown. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of women and children in this image as well. And you'll notice in Romare's work that he might have parts of the front face looking at you, but then present also a 3/4 image. So he likes to break up shapes and space like that. All right. I am going to do a demonstration of how you might consider getting started on this. So I'll be right with you. So basically what I'm going to use to do my demonstration is another piece of cardboard. And this cardboard was from the back of like a watercolor tablet. So I saved that back. I'm going to use a glue stick. Yours does not have to be this big. I'm going to use a couple different kinds of paper. And then I'm going to use a pencil and a Sharpie and some scissors. So if I'm still keeping in mind this whole idea of the hands and stuff, I'm going to do a little layout first. So I might put part of a face here. And I'm going to do it in Sharpie so y'all can see it better. And then I'm going to do part of a hand here. This is a lot smaller cardboard than this final piece that I did. Okay, so one way to do something is to draw a shape first and then kind of work out your paper to fit into that shape. So I've got a curvilinear shape here. I'm working with a rectangular shape here. So I could just sort of lay this down and maybe draw around it. Something like that. And then because my edge is straight here, I can just cut it straight on down. And then always save back your paper. I even save just small snippets too, because you never know what kind of negative space that you're going to want to fill in. By negative space, we mean the background where nothing is happening. And it's okay to have some negative space just be as it is also. So then I'm going to take this and glue this shape here. And then I would have another curved shape and glue that in there. And then for some of the areas, you might not want to draw your shape first and fill it in. You might want to create your shape right on the paper itself. So if I wanted to do a partial hand, and I could have turned it over. It might have been easier to see if I did it on the white side. And then I'm just going to come in and cut around this. And here's the deal, y'all. In mine, I did not glue everything to begin with. I cut out a lot of things, but I was able to arrange and rearrange on my paper without the commitment of gluing it down. So I think that's a smart way to do it. And by collage, it doesn't just have to be paper. If it's a small found object, as long as it can stick on your cardboard or tag board, or you can incorporate markers and that kind of a thing. I did that in mine. It's more of a mixed media project, not just a collage. Okay, and then I can think about where I want this to go. I mean, do I want this to be a hat or a hair or a hand coming out of my head? Or do I want my hand to relate to my face? You know, so think about that. And I would get a couple different kinds of paper and maybe a magazine or something if you have it. But again, you can also fill in some of your areas with a marker too. So think about your theme. You might think about what you're grateful for. You might think about the different parts of yourself that could be represented in this collage. So just get really creative with it. And this is your third of 4 projects. And please remember to include either a sticky or have your first and last name written, and then you could just put collage underneath, okay? All right, 4th graders, I cannot wait to see what you turn in and have a great time with this project. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.